Moha, there are two police slogans.
Naam.
I don't know whether you are familiar with these two police
Naam.
slogans. Number one,
Naam.
utumishi kwa wote.
Yes.
Number two, utumishi kwa walipa kitu kidogo.
Yes.
So how, and the second one is the most famous one.
Yeah.
So why police still are not getting used to this new slogan, utumishi kwa wote?
Yes. I see everywhere that I go, I'm able to give to the best of my ability to what I'm supposed to do as a good person, as a good police officer, as a service to the people, and have an impact to the society of this country. Yes.
Some Kenyans argue that it is the police that enjoy maandamano more than the demonstrators, by throwing tear gas, by harassing Kenyans.
Yes.
Is that true? Allow me, Moha, to take you back. How did you become a police officer?
No. You know what, wanafikirianga our police training, whatever we do outside, whatever the police are doing outside, is mostly 90% what we are being trained. No, it's not true. Our training is to the perfection of the Constitution of the Kenya, and also to the standing orders of the service. And also, be human. Before you become a police officer, you are a human being.
Hello viewers, I am Sulaiman Bukhari. Welcome to my social media platform. I go by the name Sulaiman Bukhari on Facebook, YouTube and TikTok. And today I have a very famous police officer, a celeb police officer. And this is Moha Nyayo house. Moha, welcome to my YouTube channel.
Well, thank you so much, brother Bukhari. I'm so happy and I'm looking forward, inshallah, for more of this, inshallah, when time comes.
Moha, how are you balancing your life as a police officer and as a celebrity?
A celebrity?
Yes.
I'll not say I'm that celeb, but a little bit famous kidogo. But you have to balance. But at the same time, working as a police officer and celebrity goes hand in hand. Because everything that you do as a police officer, the image that you give it out to the public is always something that people will always question. So as much as you try not to be a celeb, for a minute or a second, you might go viral. For your action, either you do it positively or negatively. So for me, I'm happy because alhamdulillah, it went viral. I went public. I went being famous through positive vibes, in a sense that you do good to the people, you do good to the public, so that public recognize the good that you do, instead of going on a negative path. Because once you go on a negative path, as much as it's going to affect you internally, because your image is tarnished, but at the same time you are tarnishing the image of the service and also for the government. So kidogo, me, I always say that anything that I do at that particular time should always be the best impact to the public, to me as a person, and also to the government and the service that I represent. Because when you work as a police officer, ile image unapeana, as much as it also says Moha is a good person, but also the police image is like, oh, okay, the police pia kuna wazuri. There are those 2-3 people who are good. So that's what I always do. I balance.
Allow me, Moha, to take you back. How did you become a police officer?
Okay, at first, I never thought that I'll be a police officer. It has never come to my mind that I'll one day join the service. But I became a police officer through football. I used to play football a lot. Started from Garissa, nikiwa mdogo. There's a team that is called Red Eagles. I played for it in Garissa. So through that's when one of the senior most officers of the police spotted me and requested that I play for the service. Police. By then it was a police force, but now it's a police service. So he requested that I join the service, and through that's when I said, okay, since it's the police force and it's the government entity, so me playing for them will give me more exposure, more chance of becoming a star. So that's how I ended up being a police officer.
Moha, a lot of reforms has been done to improve the police services. Even we changed the police force to police service. But many believe that still our officers haven't transitioned to the police service. What could be the reason?
Okay, a lot has been done, to be honest. Being since the first time I joined the service, mpaka sahi, a lot has changed, and we are going. This transition is something that always takes time, and people have to accept. The police officers also themselves have to accept. But change is always hard. we used to have that culture of police have powers, the police have the authorities, the police is above everything that you want to do as a police officer, you have all the mandate to do it. But now, with these changes and the reforms, it has come to a point that a police officer is a serviceman to the people. So, as a human beings, we have, kuna wale ambao they don't accept to change, because wameingia to this police service with an intention to save your image, ama to get revenge to something else. But as a service, as per now, we have come a long way. Although it has a lot to be done, but the challenges always is reaching out to the public. Because at the end of the day, once you deal with the public, there's a lot to be desired, because the relationship between the public and the service is a little bit scarce. And that brings to the impact, because the interaction in everything that the public... Sahi, madaktari wakikosa kulipwa, for example, they are not being paid by the county government or even by the national government, and they strike. The first impact of action is the police, because one, they are demonstrating, they are on the road. Even if they are right, according to that Article 37, they are not allowed to infringe other people's right. For example, you've demonstrated on the road. There are road users, there are ambulances, there are children who are going to school. So if you interrupt that, that's when now the police comes in. And when they comes in, the first impact of action will be the public and the police. And hiyo vita kidogo, inasemekana polisi wanatunyanyasa. But in the sense, but the fight itself is not between the police and the public. It is the police and the county government. But now the police are in between. That's where now you find it needs a lot of understanding, a lot of sacrifices, not only from the police, even from the public, to give us at least a little bit of respect and a leeway. Yes.
Some Kenyans argue that it is the police that enjoy maandamano more than the demonstrators, by throwing tear gas, by harassing Kenyans.
Yes.
Is that true?
Okay, it's not true. To an extent, it's not true, but to an extent, it is. I remember there's a time we were in town, up a Globe roundabout. I think it was 2000 and I think it was 2009, 10 Apple, when there was demonstrations with the garage people, Apple Grogon, the garage. They were saying that their land is being they are being evicted by Jamia Mosque. And then there was a lot of commotion on that time. So there's a day, there was no demonstration at all. People were doing their own business. We were just at the roundabout. We were having lunch, in fact. And then some boys passed. And then one boy said, hii polisi wamekaa wanakula wako na raha sana. Lazima utawachokoze. You know, there are those people who come to the demonstrations.
Yes.
They don't like that smooth demonstration. They like that commotion. Hiyo kupigana tear gas, because when there's a commotion, they always take advantage.
Yeah, they say maandamano bila tear gas.
Bila tear gas maandamano, because ni kama watu waenda walk. So walitupigia mawe, by the way, they throw stones at us. So we had to use tear gas to disperse them and to push them back, because to provoke. So yes, and also pia kuna maskari wengine ambao we are not the same. Sometimes we have to accept the reality. There are those officers ambao kwa kazi yetu pia mtu ametoka kwa nyumba ako na kisirani yake na vitu zake, so he needs hiyo kupigana, you know, he need to get his anger out. He needs that action. So unapata sometimes hata kuna demonstration amekaa tu, unapata mtu ametoa tear gas ametupa for no reason, and then the boss is like, who throws tear gas? Who told you to throw tear gas? And once the tear gas gets out,
do such police officers get punished?
Yeah, they do. Internally they do. In fact, we have a very laid down procedure and standing orders that any police officer who does wrong, hata kama mtu ona to the media, the public might not know. They will be like, huyo mtu amewachiliwa, but trust me, internally he has been disciplined. Sometimes unasimamishwa kazi, you are being interdicted, you are being transferred to another department that you are not going to have more impact to the public, you are not going to cause more harm to the civilians, unakuwa station to the station. Kuna a lot of disciplinary actions that usually take place. It's not that all the time the police take blame, they are not going to take action to an individual officer who have done wrong.
Some Kenyans believe that the police officers arrest them for doing nothing, for no reason. When you dress like this, do you encounter such incidents where you get arrested by your fellow police officers?
Yeah, it does sometimes. It does, and sometimes it's so annoying and so frustrating because as much as we are professionals as police officers, some individuals sometimes goes overboard. And when you look somebody in a certain way because of his color, his religion, his tribe, and then you try to frustrate that kind of a person because of that nature, sometimes it becomes a lot of unfairness to the public because as police officers, we are trained and we are also taught on how to handle such situations. I'm not speaking on behalf of the service, but as an individual police officer, when something like that happens, because it has happened sometimes, kuna askari asinisimamisha, stopped me and confronted me in a manner suggesting that I'm a Somali. Just because I'm a Somali, I can harass. But later on, he came to realize that I'm also a police officer, and he was ashamed. So I always encounter, and when that things happen, I always address my colleagues and tell them, no, this is not right. We should not do this because we are all Kenyans. All these people are the same. We are only different because of our tribes and colors and religion, but at the same time, we are all Kenyans and we should be respected accordingly to that image of being a Kenyan.
Moha, the police service are associated with two things. Number one, brutality. Number two, corruption. Let's start with the corruption. Is this something that police are taught during their training? Kuuliza kitu kidogo?
No. You know what, wanafikirianga our police training, whatever we do outside, whatever the police are doing outside, is mostly 90% what we are being trained. No, it's not true. Our training is to the perfection of the Constitution of the Kenya and also to the standing orders of the service. And we do the best. And we are trained, our bosses from the top to the bottom. Always when we are in training, we are being told, don't do corruption, don't be physical to publics, don't be brutal, be professional, respect human dignity, respect human rights, follow the Constitution, the laws of the country, and all that we are being taught. And when a police officer leaves the college during that 9 months to 1 year, 15 months, he leaves that training. That officer, the government is satisfied, and also the service, the police service as a whole, is satisfied that is this boy or this girl who is leaving this college going out to the public is going to do the best to his ability according to the Constitution. Lakini sasa huku nje ukikuja, it's different. Kila mtu akona tabia ambaye sometimes it's so hard to get it out. Ukija huku nje, anybody who takes bribe, and sometimes I might even also go to an extent of blaming the public because you find yourself in a situation that umefanya makosa. To be honest, you've done a mistake, and in that scenario, askari amekushika. If truly you are a genuine person and this guy takes you to court, in one way or the other, he will take you to court, you'll be prosecuted, you'll be fined, and you go home. But you, because you know, if I go to court, it will take me like 6 hours for me to be arraigned in court, charged, and bailed out and come out. So in that 6 hours, unaona kama maybe you're going to lose a lot. So you opt to convince this police officer that please, instead of you taking me to court, so just take this 1,000. So sometimes it's two-way traffic. The officer sometimes demand, or even the public demand the police officer to take bribe. And to an extent that if you don't take that bribe, and anakutishia, anakwambia ukienda mbele, mkubwa wako atachukua tu, you know. So sometimes it's a two-way traffic. Corruption is something that it cuts both lines, to the police and also to the public. But we are not trained to take bribe. Bribe is criminal, it is an offense, but also the public has a part to play. Let us not give bribes, and also police will not take bribe. Any police officer who takes bribes, the person who gives bribe also should be condemned as to the extent of the same way we condemn the police officer for taking the bribe.
Moha, there are two police slogans. I don't know whether you are familiar with these two police slogans. Number one, utumishi kwa wote.
Yes.
Number two, utumishi kwa walipa kitu kidogo.
Yes.
So how, and the second one is the most famous one.
Yeah.
So why police still are not getting used to this new slogan, utumishi kwa wote?
Yes. Okay, utumishi kwa wote is a slogan that it is there and it will always be there, because the reality is the police service as a whole, their mandate is to protect life and property and to work for all Kenyans across the globe, despite their financial strength, their tribe, or religion. But to some extent, I will not deny or accept at the same time, but hii story ya kusema polisi utumishi kwa mtu yote mwenye kuna kitu kidogo, it is wrong, and at any given time should be condemned, and the police as a whole, from the top to the bottom, and also the government, will never accept that one. And whoever does that does it on his own capacity and as an individual, not for the service. So hiyo kusema ati police, you know just sometimes one thing that I always tell people, you should not basket an act of a person to be of a whole service. It's not the police. As much as, yes, that one person damages the image of the service, but let us deal this thing individually. When I do something, me as a person, condemn me as a person. Don't condemn the whole. The same way we always say, oh, why do you have to attack a tribe because of somebody's offense? The same way we do that and we condemn when somebody does a crime, and then people come out there condemning the tribe of that person. As much as we condemn that act, let us also do the same to the police. When a police officer does a crime, or a police officer goes an opposite way, takes bribes, favors somebody because he's rich, and condemns somebody because he's poor, and anyima ule mwingine his rights because he's poor or something like that, let us condemn that person as a person, not the service, because the service will not stand for that. The service was always, everybody is equal in front of the law.
Moha, you came to the limelight during your time at Nyayo House.
No.
Please tell us a bit about what the work you have done at Nyayo House.
No. Okay, Nyayo House, by the time I went there was a lot of people who were going for the passport section. And our work as a police officers at that time within Nyayo House was always to bring order, to control the crowd, to give directives and the directions to the members of public, to each and every office that they go to get services. But when I reached there, I came to realize the frustrations some of the people go through because the number was too big. The officers of the immigration staff were the staff at the immigration who were there at that time were few, and also for them to access the needs of each and every one of that time was a little bit chaotic. And people who are coming there to get the services are different people. There are those people who are coming there to get their passport for leisure. There are those people who just come there to get passport just to have it. But also there are those people who are coming there to get their passport because they are desperate. Either they are going to the hospitals, they are sick, to India. And also there are those who are going for schools, scholarships. There are those who are going for jobs, opportunities, and they have a very few scarce time. So for them to access those services at very fast, sisi ndio tuko katikati, the public and also the staff. So I thought by me being in between, I should always make an impact to make this thing so easy. So I used to look and go around and select, talk to those people who are desperate, those who are sick, the elderly, those who are pregnant, and then I facilitate their access to the authority and also to the respective officers to handle their case in priority basis. So by doing that one, it had a very smooth way of making that crowd, the process easy, and also the crowd appreciating what we are doing. So it brought a lot of good image, not only to the police, but me as a person. Everybody were like, oh, mashallah, this guy is doing good thing. He considers, he's a considerate, he's a kind, he's human. So it is through that my name came up to many of the Kenyans, going out there, appreciating, others posting them on social medias, others going to my bosses and telling them that your police officer doing this and this, a very good job. So that's how my name now came up. And I'm so proud because what I did was what I know is good, not because I wanted fame, but I did it because it is what is supposed to be done. That is what our service stands for. That is what the police service stands for. That is what my religion stands for. That is why my tribe as a Somali stands for. Be kind to the people, to the elderly, and to the desperate people.
And then you become famous. How has that changed your life?
It has changed my life to an extent that sometimes being famous comes with a lot of challenges. One, privacy, Pia. Everywhere you go, you don't have your privacy. You might go to a hotel to have lunch or dinner or something with your family, or for example, your friends. But everywhere you go is like, oh, Moha, how are you? Yes, it gives you that. But I have never absorbed that one to be a challenge, because it is good to be known, Pia, because today I'm here, tomorrow I'll also lead services somewhere else. So when I go to a certain office and I get somebody, and because they know me and I have a good name and a reputation, somebody will be like, oh, by the way, this guy is a good guy. Let us also make his request easy. So it has been 2 ways, as in you. But the bottom line is you have to accept the way it is, and you should not brag about it, and also make that one make you lose your focus when it comes to being you as a person. Yes.
By being considerate and helping Kenyans who were seeking the passport, you brought a good positive name to the police service, and also you brought life to the real police slogan, yes. Has this earned you promotion within the police service?
Yeah, it has earned me a lot of praises from my bosses, from the members of the public, from the organizations, different people. And I should say, yes, true, it has given me promotion. My bosses appreciated that, and they were so happy. They promoted me to a corporal. After that, they promoted me to a sergeant, and alhamdulillah, senior sergeant. So, yes, everything that you do good, and your bosses notice and reflect and see, they always appreciate. And appreciation is by promoting you to the next rank, so that at least the more they do that, they also inspire those junior officers who also down there, like, okay, let me also do good so that I might be promoted. It gives motivational to those people who are doing bad. Like, if I do good and I change my behaviors for the positive things, I also be promoted, and I also have a good image to my bosses and everything. So yes, alhamdulillah, and I thank members of public to come out so loud and in millions comments, posting positively about me everywhere in the social medias, even the bosses, very senior people in the government recommending and recognizing my work. I said alhamdulillah and thank you.
These days,
yes.
You are not at Nyayo house.
Yes.
Where have you gone?
Okay, I stayed for Nyayo for some time, because you're not supposed to overstay in one place. My services is needed everywhere, all over the country. So nikatoka Nyayo, I went to Huduma Center at the GPO. That's where I also work. And I see everywhere that I go, I'm able to give to the best of my ability to what I'm supposed to do as a good person, as a good police officer, as a service to the people, and have an impact to the society of this country.
I would like us to conclude this short interview with a word of advice. Especially, what is your advice to junior officers, to young Kenyans who want to join the forces for the sake of kitu kidogo?
Yes.
What would you like to tell them?
Okay, mine is just to say that the police service is a service that stands for the rule of law, respect the constitution, and any police officer or any junior person out there who have finished school and want to join the service, please, when you join the police service, join the service because you know that you're coming to serve the people of the country. You're not coming to enrich yourself. You're not joining the police service to destroy the image of the service or to brutalize what has been made, the effort that has been made for the changes of the service. Always be positive. And to the police officers who are out there who, for one reason or the other, have gone astray on what the standing order stands for and what the service stands for, please change your steps, come back to the service, do good to the people, respect the human dignity, respect the services that you're giving out, and also be human. Before you become a police officer, you are a human being. So always remember, in anything that you do, the impact that you impact to those people that you interact with always goes a long way. So if you are doing wrong, step back, do good. If you are doing good, step ahead and do more, so that we have a very product service and also a very good future to the people of this country.
Oh, wonderful. An incredible advice. If you are doing wrong thing, step back. If you are doing good things, step ahead. With that, we end our interview there. Thank you for watching. I would like you to subscribe and share this interview with your friends on social media platforms. Till we meet again, bye bye for now.